In the pursuit of becoming more valuable than ever before, the foundation begins with a deep and unwavering commitment to continuous growth. The most successful individuals across all fields share a common trait: they never stop learning. This commitment to growth is not simply about acquiring more knowledge, it is about becoming better, better at your craft, better at thinking critically, better at navigating the complexities of life and work. The difference between those who rise to the top and those who plateau is often their willingness to evolve constantly. Consider this: the world around us is in a perpetual state of flux. Technological advancements, societal shifts, and evolving work environments ensure that no moment is ever truly the same. The person who is committed to growth adapts to this change, viewing each shift as an opportunity to expand and refine their abilities. By contrast, those who stagnate in their ways of thinking or resist new challenges often find themselves left behind, their skills outdated, their perspectives narrow. In this way, growth is not optional, it's essential. But how does one truly commit to continuous growth? It starts by acknowledging that growth requires intention. It's not enough to simply want to grow, you must actively seek it out. This means regularly stepping outside your comfort zone, whether it's through learning a new skill, embracing a new challenge, or even rethinking your fundamental assumptions. The act of growth demands vulnerability, the willingness to admit that we don't know everything and that, in fact, we have much more to learn. This process of growth is deeply psychological. It requires self-awareness, a willingness to face our weaknesses and limitations without judgment. Growth isn't a linear process. It's often messy and filled with discomfort. And yet, it is precisely through these challenges that we refine our character and deepen our understanding of the world and ourselves. Just as a sculptor chips away at a block of marble to reveal the statue within, we must be willing to strip away old habits, outdated beliefs, and unproductive mindsets to reveal our most valuable selves. Philosophically, growth is tied to the idea of becoming the best version of ourselves. We are all born with certain talents and potential, but it is only through conscious effort and continual learning that we can manifest this potential in its fullest form. As the philosopher Aristotle once said, we are what we repeatedly do. Excellence, then, is not an act, but a habit. The act of growth, of continually pushing ourselves to be better, creates a foundation for excellence that transcends any one achievement. It becomes a way of life, a mindset that permeates every action and every decision we make. This idea is particularly important when we look at the business and professional worlds. In these environments, value is not solely defined by your ability to perform tasks, but by your ability to evolve, to anticipate what comes next, and to position yourself as someone indispensable. As markets change, technologies advance, and industries transform, those who stay static are at risk of becoming irrelevant. However, those who embrace learning and growth position themselves as leaders, as people who can not only survive change but thrive in it. To commit to continuous growth, then, is to understand that the process is never finished. Each day offers an opportunity to learn, refine, and improve. It is a journey, not a destination. And as we progress along this path, we not only increase our own value, but also open up new possibilities for those around us, for our communities, and for the world. So, let this be the cornerstone of your journey. Commit, not just to knowledge, but to growth itself. Every step forward, no matter how small, is an investment in your future, a future where you are more valuable than you ever thought possible. Growth is the key that unlocks doors, opens opportunities, and ultimately defines your legacy. If you're not growing, you're stagnating. The choice is yours, to continue evolving or to remain where you are. The first step is to take that commitment seriously and to act. When we talk about becoming more valuable than ever before, there is one truth that stands out above all. True value lies not in the ability to perform tasks, but in the ability to offer something unique, something that only you can provide. To achieve this, you must harness your unique strengths, the very essence of what makes you you. Too often, we look to others for validation or inspiration, trying to mimic their success or emulate their path. While learning from others is important, it is crucial to recognize that the most valuable individuals are those who operate from their own authentic strengths. At the heart of this concept is a deep understanding of who you are, what you stand for, and how you uniquely contribute to the world. This is not just about talents or abilities. It's about knowing your values, your passions, and the qualities that make you irreplaceable. The most successful people are those who have taken the time to discover and refine these attributes. They know that the journey toward becoming truly valuable starts from within, from a place of self-awareness. Psychologically, this process begins with introspection, the willingness to look inward and ask, what am I truly good at? What comes naturally to me? Where can I make the most impact? By answering these questions honestly, you begin to uncover your unique strengths. These are often not the things that are easily visible on the surface, or that can be measured in terms of skills or titles. They are deeper, intrinsic qualities that reflect your purpose, your approach to challenges, and the way you connect with others. It's important to realize that your strengths are not always what you may expect. You might find that your ability to empathize with others, to see the big picture, or to inspire a sense of calm in a crisis is a rare and invaluable asset. These soft skills, often overlooked in the modern, metrics-driven world, can be just as important, if not more so, than technical skills. In fact, it is often these softer qualities that separate the great from the good, the extraordinary from the average. Philosophically, we are all born with certain inherent gifts. However, it is through a lifelong commitment to self-discovery and mastery that we can fully realize these gifts and bring them into the world. You may have heard the phrase work smarter, not harder, but perhaps the truer statement is work within your strengths, not against them. When you operate from a place of strength, not only do you perform better, but you also experience a sense of fulfillment and purpose that cannot be found when you're constantly trying to be something you're not. This idea extends beyond personal development and into how we engage with the world. By cultivating and aligning your strengths with the needs of the world around you, you begin to shape a reality where your value is undeniable. In your career, relationships, or any endeavor you pursue, people are drawn to those who can offer something rare and unique. When you focus on being the best version of yourself, one that operates from authenticity, you become an invaluable resource to those around you. Yet, many people fear they are too ordinary, too average, or too common to have something truly unique to offer. This is a dangerous misconception. The value you provide is not determined by how well you conform to the expectations of others, but by how you can break away from the herd and offer something that reflects your individuality. Your perspective, your approach, your personality, these are the things that set you apart. And these are the things that people will come to value the most. So, as you move forward on this journey, take time to explore and nurture your unique strengths. Embrace what makes you different, for it is in those differences that your true value lies. Don't shy away from the parts of yourself that feel unique or unconventional. Those are the very qualities that can make you more valuable than ever before. When you operate from a place of authenticity and strength, your value becomes undeniable. And it is only by embracing who you are that you can become the person others are drawn to, the person who leaves a lasting impact. Your uniqueness is not just an asset, it is your greatest strength. As we think about becoming more valuable than ever before, there is one powerful force that we cannot ignore: the ability to embrace change and innovation. The world is in a constant state of motion. Society, technology, and markets are all evolving at an unprecedented pace. This means that those who resist change are not just standing still, they are in effect moving backward. Conversely, those who can adapt, innovate, and lead through change are the ones who will remain relevant, indispensable, and most importantly, valuable. To truly understand the power of embracing change, we must first recognize its inevitability. Change is not a distant possibility, it is an ever-present force. The most successful individuals and organizations understand that the world does not wait for anyone to catch up. They understand that if you do not evolve, you are destined to be left behind. Change is not something to fear, it is something to embrace with open arms, for it is through change that new opportunities arise and new solutions are born. Psychologically, the process of embracing change requires a shift in mindset. It demands that we reframe our thinking from seeing change as a threat to viewing it as a gift. When we resist change, we close ourselves off from the potential growth and learning that comes with it. We become entrenched in old habits, ways of thinking, and methods of doing things. But when we embrace change, we open ourselves up to new possibilities, new ways of thinking, new skills to acquire, and new opportunities to create value. This mindset shift begins with understanding that growth is often uncomfortable. Innovation, by its very nature, requires us to venture into the unknown. It requires us to take risks, to experiment, and to fail sometimes. But this failure is not something to fear, rather, it is an essential part of the process. Every failure is a lesson, every mistake a stepping stone toward greater success. The most valuable individuals are those who approach failure with curiosity, who view it not as a setback, but as a necessary part of the journey toward mastery. Philosophically, embracing change is rooted in the idea of adaptability, our ability to not only survive but thrive in an ever-changing environment. The philosopher Heraclitus famously said, "The only constant in life is change." In this statement, he reminds us that change is not something that happens to us. It is something that is woven into the very fabric of existence. By accepting this truth and learning to navigate change, we free ourselves from the constraints of the past and position ourselves to lead the way forward. Innovation, too, is not something that belongs solely to the realm of technology or large corporations. It is a mindset that can be applied to every aspect of our lives. Whether it's finding a new way to approach a problem at work, creating a new method of communication, or developing a more efficient process, innovation is about thinking differently. It is about looking at the world not as it is, but as it could be, and then taking action to make that vision a reality. Those who are willing to innovate and embrace change are the ones who create new value. They understand that value is not static. It is dynamic, ever evolving, and tied directly to the ability to adapt and innovate. In the professional world, this often means keeping pace with technological advancements or market trends, but it also means developing the internal capacity to remain flexible, to stay curious, and to continue pushing the boundaries of what is possible. Ultimately, embracing change and innovation is not just about survival in a competitive world. It is about thriving. It is about becoming someone who is not just capable of navigating the future, but someone who actively shapes it. Those who are willing to innovate, who are unafraid to change, and who embrace the discomfort of growth will always be ahead of the curve, constantly finding new ways to add value and remain indispensable. As you consider your own journey toward becoming more valuable, remember this: the future belongs to those who adapt, who innovate, and who continually embrace change. To resist it is to choose stagnation. But to embrace it, to lean into the unknown with confidence and curiosity, is to unlock the true potential of your value. The choice is yours: to remain in the comfort of the familiar, or to step boldly into the future, armed with the power of change and innovation. The moment you decide to embrace it, you will find yourself becoming more valuable than ever before. As we continue our journey toward becoming more valuable than ever before, it's important to recognize that value is not something we can simply generate in isolation. True value is always connected to others. It is through our relationships, our ability to collaborate, and the positive impact we have on others that we truly begin to demonstrate our worth. The most successful and impactful individuals are not those who achieve success alone, but those who lift others as they rise. At the heart of creating value through relationships is the recognition that no person exists in a vacuum. We are, by nature, social beings, and our potential is often unlocked when we are able to connect, collaborate, and help others achieve their own goals. Whether in business, personal life, or broader society, the most valuable individuals are those who offer more than just their skills. They offer their time, their wisdom, their support, and their ability to bring out the best in others. Psychologically, this is rooted in the idea of interdependence. We often think of success as an individual pursuit, but in reality, true success is always a collective effort. Our value is enhanced when we create environments where others can succeed, too. This does not mean sacrificing our own ambitions or desires, but rather aligning them with the success of those around us. It's about recognizing that when we contribute to the success of others, we are, in turn, investing in our own success. This shift in perspective, from seeing relationships as transactional to viewing them as a mutual exchange of value, can dramatically change how we approach every interaction. The importance of creating impact and building relationships is not just about achieving professional success. It extends to how we lead, inspire, and uplift others. People are drawn to those who make them feel seen, heard, and valued. Leaders who excel at this are not those who bark orders or operate from a position of authority, but those who empower others, nurture their talents, and help them reach their fullest potential. This, in turn, makes them more valuable because they become the catalyst for growth, both for themselves and for the people they lead. Philosophically, this concept of interdependence echoes the wisdom of great thinkers who understood that the fabric of human progress is woven through collaboration and mutual support. The philosopher John Donne famously wrote, "No man is an island." His words remind us that every achievement, every bit of progress, is interconnected with the efforts of others. To isolate ourselves from this web of human connection is to limit our own potential. When we actively contribute to the growth and success of others, we not only enrich their lives but also open up new avenues for our own development. This interdependence is the key to long, lasting success and value creation. This principle holds true in every arena of life. In business, value is created not just by the work we do individually, but by how well we collaborate with teams, forge partnerships, and build lasting relationships with clients and customers. In our personal lives, the most fulfilling relationships are built on the foundation of mutual support and shared growth. When we create a positive impact in the lives of those around us, we are, in essence, enriching our own lives in return. But how can we make sure we are creating the kind of relationships that truly add value? It starts with being intentional in how we engage with others. It requires active listening, empathy, and a genuine desire to understand the needs and goals of those around us. It requires us to show up not just as individuals with our own agendas, but as people who are committed to helping others succeed. This level of intentionality creates an environment where trust and respect flourish, and it's this environment that enables us to make the most profound impact. At the same time, creating meaningful relationships isn't about being constantly available or giving at the expense of your own well-being. It's about striking a balance, being there for others when it matters most while maintaining boundaries that ensure you are also taking care of your own needs. The goal is not to give until you have nothing left to offer, but to give in ways that are sustainable, thoughtful, and aligned with your own values. In closing, remember this: the value you create in the world is not solely defined by what you accomplish on your own, but by the impact you have on those around you. The relationships you build, the people you help, and the positive influence you impart are the true measures of your worth. When you focus on building meaningful relationships and creating impact in the lives of others, you unlock a wellspring of value that will continue to grow, both for you and for everyone you touch. It's through others that we become more valuable, and it's through others that we create a legacy that will endure. As we move toward becoming more valuable than ever before, one of the most profound factors in shaping our value is not just what we know or what we can do, but how we respond to the challenges we encounter along the way. Resilience, the ability to face adversity with grace, to persevere through difficulties, and to emerge stronger, plays a pivotal role in shaping our long-term success. It is not the absence of failure or setbacks that determines your value, but your capacity to recover, learn, and continue to push forward in the face of them. Psychologically, resilience is the foundation of mental and emotional strength. It is the mental fortitude that allows you to overcome disappointments, to stand tall in the face of criticism, and to continue striving for success despite the inevitable obstacles. The resilient person is not someone who avoids failure or pain, but someone who understands that these are integral parts of the journey. They know that every setback holds the seed of growth, and they refuse to be defeated by temporary challenges. Instead, they view adversity as an opportunity to develop and refine their character. Resilience is rooted in mindset. It's the belief that no matter how hard the road gets, you have the inner strength to continue walking it. This mindset is crucial because, without it, setbacks can feel like insurmountable obstacles. We can fall into a victim mentality, feeling as if the world is against us, or that we are not equipped to handle life's challenges. But resilience demands that we view difficulties as temporary, that we cultivate the ability to adapt, and that we remain focused on our ultimate goals. It's about maintaining perspective, understanding that failure is not a permanent state, but a temporary condition that will pass as long as we keep moving forward. Philosophically, resilience is intertwined with the concept of Stoicism, a school of thought that teaches us to remain steady and composed in the face of hardship. The Stoics believed that while we cannot control the external events that happen to us, we can always control how we respond to them. In this sense, resilience is not just a reaction to adversity, but a proactive way of living. It is the deliberate choice to embrace challenges, to face them head on, and to remain steadfast in the pursuit of our purpose, no matter the circumstances. This understanding of resilience allows us to shift our relationship with failure. In the past, many of us have been conditioned to fear failure, to view it as a sign of weakness or inadequacy. But resilient individuals understand that failure is not an end, but a stepping stone on the path to success. It is through failure that we learn what doesn't work, and through that knowledge, we can adjust, improve, and ultimately succeed. It is in our moments of greatest challenge that we discover who we truly are and what we are capable of achieving. Moreover, resilience is not a solitary trait. It's something that can be nurtured through community and support. It's important to remember that even the most resilient individuals do not face life's challenges alone. They lean on others for guidance, encouragement, and strength. Building a support network of like-minded, positive individuals is a key component of developing resilience. These connections provide not only emotional support, but also opportunities for collaboration, learning, and shared growth. Together, we can lift each other up, share our wisdom, and help one another become more resilient in the face of adversity. At its core, resilience is about not allowing the external world to define you. It is about staying true to your vision, your values, and your purpose, regardless of the obstacles that may arise. Those who are resilient understand that their worth is not determined by how many times they fall, but by how many times they rise. They know that their value is found not in the ease of the journey, but in their unwavering determination to keep going. In conclusion, resilience is one of the most powerful forces that can elevate your value in the world. It transforms setbacks into lessons, challenges into opportunities, and adversity into strength. When you cultivate resilience, you become someone who not only survives but thrives. It's not about avoiding difficulties, it's about facing them with courage, learning from them, and emerging stronger each time. When you build resilience, you build a foundation that supports not just your success, but your enduring value. And remember, the most valuable individuals are not those who never fall, but those who always rise.